Fourth and final meeting of the year between the Golden State Warriors. This particular group, they just lost for the Phoenix, Arizona. It is the Suns shotgun as Ryan Dunn goes with the long snap. And Bradley Beal gets the offense going, ends up in Booker's hands, and that comes up short. Pajemski with
in terms of rebounding, Pajemski, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, they are great positional rebounders. And when you think about how the game is played, Pajemski there with the force, but able to find the bottom of the net. But they be bigger, and you have to play in so much more space. It really creates more opportunities for your perimeter players to rebound the basketball.
Bradley Beal guarded by Curry, lost his footing for a moment. Suns have lost 5 straight. They had a rough road trip. Lost in New York Sunday at Madison Square Garden. Corner 3 is an air ball. Green is there for the board. Here come the Warriors. Warriors have won 5 of 6. They've won 14 of their last 18. And Butler has made
about it. That trio of Curry, Green, and Butler may have the highest collective basketball IQ in the league.
Warriors have been able to close games now. They were riding about 500 in clutch games throughout the year.
They can react as well as anybody in the game right now collectively.
Devin Booker, a flurry of moves, able to lay it in. And the Suns are on the board behind their all-time leading Devin Booker, who went for 40 against the Knicks on Sunday. 40 points in 40 minutes in a losing cause. Draymond Green fouled on his...
out there, so if you're patient, you can have success in the paint.
Draymond Green, first of 2 at the line. 6th was the Jimmy Butler trade. Golden State lost that night to the Lakers. They were a game under 500, 16 games behind Oklahoma City. But since then, a 21-6 record as Bradley Beal sticks the landing on a 3. Right back come the Warriors. Moody in the corner. That's his spot over there. Booker against Curry. Runs into the double team. 2 to shoot. Royce O'Neal knocks down a 3.
Really good offense there. And ball move. Last possession, you can see some of the issues for the Suns. They get a live ball turnover as Moody's able to knock down that corner 3. And yet, because of the
3-headed monster that they were counting on, and they've sold a lot of tickets here. It's a great fan base supporting this team. Got off to a good start, but you could see the holes in their roster to support their 3 stars, especially as they dealt with injuries with each of those guys at some point.
Yeah, and as phenomenal a talent as Bradley Beal is, trying to integrate, because he and Booker in a lot of ways have played the same position and feature a similar skill set.
They had won 4 in a row, and then they dropped 5 in a row. They were actually inside the play-in just a couple of weeks ago, but a rough road trip. And 5 straight losses has it on the outside looking in. Curry doing some dancing and able to bury the 3.
How about the 2-man action there?
On Sunday, he has been on a great scoring run for Golden State. That was a shocking stat line. And if you watch that game, Curry is 1 for 10 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3-point range.
Who are a terrific defensive team. But part of the issue as you get older is it's not that your ceilings aren't as high as Kuminga able to get the deuce there. It's that your floor is lower.
It doesn't make sense. He did pass Reggie Miller on the all-time scoring list, however. Late clock once again. Beal's got it, drives on Buddy Hield, and scores that little runner.
That was just again, but wait, the start in the half court to create looks.
Stops a 9-0 Warriors run, and Stephen Curry right back at it. There'll be no 3-point game here tonight. Run here for Golden State, and they lead it by 9. I think if you're Steve Kerr and the Warriors, you want to take every ounce of kick how he was going to come out of it. But Steve Kerr made a point earlier that, Mike Dunleavy played with Jimmy Butler. He kind of had an idea what this could, that the Warriors thought it would. Curry on the steal. Suns turn it over. Buddy Hield trapped, and Draymond Green, and it's blocked by O'Neal. And we welcome you, PHX Arena in Phoenix. Brian Anderson with Greg Anthony and Lauren Jabara. Nixon Summer in Phoenix. The Warriors already up 10. They used a 9-0 run. The Jimmy Butler effect is real. And Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry and the Warriors, GA, they've won 5 of their last 6 games, and they believe they can beat anybody now, and they're trying to play their way inside the top 6.
And they should believe it with how they played, and then defensively they've been at a different level. If that had gone in, that wouldn't have been fair. That was Steph trying to draw a foul there.
Colin Gillespie turns it over.
And Warriors with possession.
Phoenix, no more challenges the rest of the game. Another turnover for Phoenix. And Curry working on Gillespie. Little floater, no good, but he gets his own putback. Curry always active, net and in. Curry's got 9 points after scoring just 3 against the Rockets on Sunday as Oso Ighodaro scores it. The rookie out of Mark Ighodaro. Curry being hounded by Gillespie. Keeps the dribble, finds some open space, and a mid-range jumper is good.
Okay, if you're Gillespie, though, you'd almost not have to deal with all the misdirection and the screens.
Does his best work when he's off the ball, right? Gillespie misses a 3. He's Santos with the rebound. His first minutes on the floor, running with Looney. Warriors start small, but now their big lineup out there with Kuminga and Looney. And that one hits the backboard. Up ahead to Booker, coming off a 40-point game against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Off the glass and good in 10 games after they had won 4 in a row. Just came off a tough road trip with 4 games to go. Wow, Curry, he is on one tonight. He makes, it was a 3-pointer at the end of the first half, and that was it. 3 points on Sunday. It is a totally different story here tonight.
And it's demoralizing. Fade away.
Curry's got 2 threes, 4 away from 300 again this year. It would be the 6th occasion that firing tonight.
Yeah, how about having a 4-game stretch where you score 3 points and still average 34? Yeah. that's amazing. And you give Houston a lot of credit defensively, but the reality is at this level, nobody's stopping the truly great ones unless they're a little off in a scenario like that.
Podziemski lines up a 3 from the wing. He has been red hot. Brandon Podziemski, 19 against Houston. He's shooting over 50% from 3-point range since he's come back from injury. This is his 10th game back. Devin Booker. They switch it. Now Looney's on him. Late clock. Suns have been late in the clock quite often here in this first half.
Shots late in the shot clock on the defensive side. How do you continue stifling them here in the second quarter?
You got to defend without fouling. You know, we're doing a good job of helping each other. Coming over to help on drive.
All over the floor. And that's really the difference in the modern game. You have got to be able to impact the game the entire half court because of the greatness of the shooting today. And if you...
There's a lot of his defensive success may not show up in the statistics. It's not going to maybe show up in a block or Steve Kerr told us earlier today, and they're making a strong pitch for Draymond to be Defensive Player of the Year. He blows up plays before they even get started to change the game.
I think he should have a really strong opportunity to win it. Again, a lot of times people get caught up in analytics and just pure numbers. You got to watch to see how guys can impact the game. And there's nobody in this league any better at blowing up the opposing offense than Draymond Green.
Jimmy Butler gets a post up with Grayson Allen. Butler and Podziemski have been a great combo as well, and Podziemski sticks that mid-range jumper.
And it's empowered Brandon Podziemski. He has really allowed that young man to kind of flourish, giving him some nuance to his game, and he has exploded.
Grayson Allen, acrobatic basket. Makes it an 11-point game. Warriors with the ball and the lead as we are underway in this second quarter. Golden State in a logjam of teams in the middle of the West with 32 losses. trying to break free from that, trying to get themselves into the top 6 and the bye into the playoffs. Grayson Allen hits a 3. So Allen back-to-back possessions. It's a
His second unit defensively been much better here to start this second quarter.
Richards able to secure the rebound. No Devin Booker on the floor. This is Allen and Bradley Beal time. And Allen, another 3. Comes up short. Pajinski's always been a great rebounder. That was an easy one for him. Green drives it, drops it. Trace Jackson Davis is fouled by Richards. Good movement there.
That's just one of the things I've loved.
Warriors have put together a nice bench. In addition to Jimmy Butler, has given them a lot of depth, as Jackson Davis has had the greatest effect on a franchise among the trades this year. That was the trade. I tell you, Jimmy Butler running right there.
I'm a huge Luka fan. I think you could make a strong argument that Jimmy Butler's had a bigger impact. I mean, just based on the fact of where their record is. Look at, I mean, they have been dominant since he has come on, and look at the numbers from a defensive standpoint, offensively, what they've been able to do there. 4 pass by Pajinski.
Both franchises have been the Lakers and the Warriors, and both feel like they can beat anybody in the West. Well, the West is so strong. I mean, wouldn't surprise you to see a first-round loss among that group of teams, minus maybe Oklahoma City, and wouldn't surprise you if they had a finals run for that group of teams either.
Yeah, that Western Conference, man, really 1 through 8.
It over to Lauren Jabara.
Yeah, I was talking to Draymond Green about this. I'm like, do you guys look at the standings? He said, well, we all have social media, right? Of course we look, but we don't focus on it. He's like, I'm not sitting there looking like, oh, man. He's like, the way I see it is if we win out, we guarantee ourselves a top 6 spot. That's the goal. But we've been around long enough to know that you don't allow that to influence any type of extra pressure or emotions. He said, we hated losing that Houston game. Win out. And the way that we've gotten here, winning each game in 21-6 since Jimmy has gotten here, we have that belief that these next 4, we're going to do it.
Yeah, good stuff there, Lauren. Curry goes up top. Jackson Davis throws it down.
And that's a great play by Curry. Corner that caused that turnover that got him out of transition. Here's another. Their defense is dark since Butler's come over.
7 turnovers now for Phoenix. What a pass. Curry never stops. So hard to stay with him when he is off the ball. Biggest lead for Golden State. Devin Booker back on the floor. Keith Santos tries to guard him. Booker gets himself some space.
They needed that basket
of the season. It ends on Sunday. All afternoon games on Sunday. All the East starts at the same time, and the entire West as well. And then we get into the week of the play-in and the play-in tournament. There's still a lot to be determined. Here's Stephen Curry, pops free, comes up short. Allen lost the handle. 6 offensive rebounds for Golden State, and once again, Curry sets up Jackson Davis. The second time in the left. Foul on Allen, chance at a 3-point play for Jackson Davis, now in his second year. After 4 years at Indiana. Tomorrow, Lakers Mavs, that'll be one to watch. Nuggets and Kings. Thursday on TNT, we've got Cavs, Pacers, and then Wolves, Grizzlies. The Denver Nuggets sending shockwaves through the NBA today, GA. Firing Calvin Booth, the head of basketball operations, and Michael Malone there.
A lot of people, if anyone saw that coming, there have been some rumblings, and that team has definitely been struggling here of late. Another turnover by Phoenix.
Stephen Curry goes coast to coast, lays it in with the left hand. Curry stacking them up. He's got 17.
Unreal. And hasn't really had to work hard for those baskets.
Corner 3, no good. Here's Kuminga. Gets inside, drops it off. Keith Santos able to lay it in. And all of a sudden, Golden State on this 14-4 run. His voice heard, letting Tyler Ford know about it. Iguodala back on the floor. Running with Booker here. Hield tried to guard Devin Booker. Booker rises up with a mid-range jumper, no good, and there's Looney with a
For Phoenix to create good looks offensively.
And Curry draws the contact.
Jimmy Butler's come on board.
I thought Steve Kerr had a great line as Curry misses a three. He said Jimmy Butler unlocks Stephen Curry's activity off the ball and how productive he can be off the ball. And that was something that was missing with this Warriors team. And all of a sudden, one player comes in, everybody falls in line, everybody's in the right spot, and Curry can do his thing and be Stephen Curry once again, even at age 37. And that moment is second to none in this league, still at age 37.
It's unreal. And to that point, because now you've got Butler and Green that both understand how to use him and are always looking to create opportunities for him. And it just makes them the growth they've had in this stretch as well. They are a really difficult team. They put you in difficult spots offensively. And again, all we've seen here is turnovers in the half court.
That's 9 for the Suns. Kuminga back tap, keeps it alive. Buddy Hield cashes one. Second chance opportunity. The offensive rebounds are stacked. They've got 7. They've turned it into 11 second chance points. It's all going Golden State's way here as they're up 21 over the Suns. Losers of 6 straight after they had won 4 in a row. Royce O'Neal, no good. It's a 17-4, and they came out with force in this first half, trying to take the Suns right out of it mentally, and they're doing just that. Looney on a rim run, set up by Curry.
It's been a little offensively for Phoenix. They just don't have any rhythm, and everything is 5, 6, 7 dribbles for Booker to try to create something, and that's got to be frustrating.
Timeout on the floor here. The Warriors 58-35.